Hey, what's cooking, everybody? It's Eric with Fire, Smoke, and Steel Barbecue. I'm really excited today because I've been telling you that I'm going to show you my competition rib recipe, and today's here. I'm going to show you all the tips, techniques, and tricks I learned throughout the year last year that got me second place in the Rib Cook-Off Association in the Points Championship. But we're also excited to bring you the Smokeslinger full-size pit. I'm a member of the pro staff team at Smokeslinger. This is a new to me pit. This is going to be my second cook on it, so we're learning this pit together. If y'all want to follow along and learn more about the Smokeslinger, then subscribe to my channel. Guys, if you want to ask questions in the comments and stuff like that, I will answer those after the video's done and posted. But guys, we're going to get into it today. So come let me show you about this Smokeslinger pit. So first of all, guys, it's got two doors down here. There are two fire baskets in either side. So on this full-size Smokeslinger, you have two fire baskets, one on each side. They're both identical. Guys, these inserts right here that your fire basket slides into are removable if you want to take those out. You may want to cook on the bottom of your pit, and if you do, you can take those out. And guys, you can just fill that with charcoal, wood, fill it up. Guys, it has this insert in the bottom, so once you load it up with charcoal, it allows the air to flow underneath and let your ash fall down in there. Again, you can remove that out if you want to and cook on the bottom. It'll help slow down the air. The same way like with these fire baskets, it's got holes on this end only, and if you want to turn it around, it's going to keep the air from going directly on to your wood or your charcoal. It's going to slow down the burn, but you can set it up several different ways. Again, they're identical on either side. So that's the fire basket underneath. Now let me show you the inside. All right, guys, this is the inside of our pit. So the first thing that goes on the next level, these are the heat deflectors. This one comes with 9 of them. They just slide in here like this. You lay them down. So you can space these apart. For instance, today we're going to be cooking direct heat. So we're going to set this up with just about a finger's width in between over the fire basket. If you wanted to cook in offset mode, you would build your fire down here. You slide them all over here to this side. The air is going to come up through here and go out these vents over here on that side of the pit. If you wanted to do reverse flow, you can slide them all back this way, all the way across. Build your fire under here, then the heat and smoke's going to travel on this side of the pit, come up, roll over, and come out this side of the pit. Again, guys, today we're going to be cooking in direct heat mode, so we're going to get that set up. It comes with 4 of these round bar grates. It's got 2 levels. This level here, you got 2 there, you got 2 on the top here. Again, you can take them out. You can cook with 1 grate. You can cook on 2 levels at once, whatever fits your cooking style for that day. As you can see on the exhaust here, you got 2 exhaust vents. You got 2 on this side, you got 2 on the other side. Depending on how you set up your pit, you may want to close some of them off. Both sides or one side. It's got an intake door on either side, so you can adjust that for your intake. So guys, you can get planchas with your pit. I got 2 of them. They come raw metal. We seasoned it up, so you can turn your smoker into a griddle. You can set it up both ways. Put your charcoal basket up here underneath this and have your griddle here, and cook on a grill over here. As you can see, this smoker is super versatile. You can cook several different ways. We're going to be showing you that in all of our videos. So if you guys want to hit that subscribe button down below and follow along with me, I would appreciate it. But guys, we're going to get into it with our competition rib recipe, our tell-all video. I'm not leaving anything out. All the tips, tricks, and techniques that I learned last year in the Rib Cook-Off Association, where I got runner-up points champion. I couldn't be more excited to show it to you guys. Follow along with me today. All right, guys, let's get started. So today we're cooking prairie fresh ribs. I'm only cooking 2 racks. Normally I cook 3. My recipe is for 3. I've cooked prairie fresh. I've cooked IMP, the Tyson ribs you get from Walmart. I've cooked the ribs you get from Sam's, which is also IMP. And I never really could tell the difference in my scores or in how the result was. So cook whatever ribs you want to. But let me show you my injection. So my injection, I use 2 different injections, 1 Heath Riles and 1 Big Papa's pork product. I use 3/4 cup of this, a 1/2 cup of Heath Riles, a 1/4 cup of Twisted Oliver all-purpose rub. I use 48 ounces of chicken broth. I warm it up, I mix it all together, I strain it out. That is my injection. Now, I inject probably about a cup, maybe a little over a cup in each rib, but I do like 3 in between each bones on each side. So however much that is, it is. I don't think you can get too much injection in the ribs. Once they're full, they're full. You're not gonna overdo it. But let me show you what I do. Got our injection gun. Let's just get it down in the injection, fill it up. I have my dial set on 3. I don't know how much that is, but that's what I use. What I do, I go in between the bones right here. I slide it in kind of at an angle. 1 pump, 1 pump, 1 pump. Now I'm going to go back on the top side and do the same thing once I get the back done. But one little trick, guys, whenever you're filling your injection, you can try to fill it through that needle, but if you'll take that needle off, you can fill your injection gun a lot quicker. We got 3 injections in between each bone on the back side. Now we're going to flip it over on the top. You can see we've already got that meat in between the bones starting to plump up. So now we're going to go back across the top and try to get them all evened out. You can see this rib, the butcher kind of messed it up there. It's got a big old cut in the middle, but hey, I'm just showing you this for a video. We would cut around that, I guess, if we had to turn them in and we took them to a comp. But just go back across the top, try to get everything kind of uniform and even. But let me show you this. I don't know if you guys can see it. Look how plump that rib is. In between each bone, it's all raised up there. Guys, that rib is full of injection. I'm just gonna leave it set right now, meat side down in my pan while I'm injecting this other rib. Once I get that done, guys, we're gonna let that set for about an hour. What I kind of like to do is start injecting about 2 hours before we put them on the pit. After about an hour with it being injected, I use my rubs on the back side, let it set for 30 minutes, flip it over, and put my rubs on 30 minutes on the top side, let it set, and then so after about an hour of the rub being on there, we get them on the pit. But I'll show you how we seasoned them up next. Let me finish this rib and we'll show you the rest of it. Got both our ribs injected. Again, they're plenty plump with full of injection. I've got plenty of injection in the bottom of this pan. I'm going to just let these set in there meat side down. I'm going to just place in my Cambro for about an hour, and then we're going to pull them out and get them seasoned. Now, when I told you earlier my recipe, that recipe makes enough for 3 ribs. I'm only cooking 2. That recipe is also, that injection, I use half of it, for 3 cups of it for my injection. I use 3 cups of it to put in my wrap later on, and I'll show you that. So what you do is you make that injection, cut it in half, 3 cups, 1 cup for each rib, save 3 cups, 1 cup for each rib in the wrap. Again, I use 3/4 cup of Big Papa, a half a cup of Heath Riles pork injection, a 1/4 cup of Twisted Oliver barbecue, 48 ounces of low sodium chicken broth. Guys, that's a heck of an injection. Make sure you write that down. So once we get these in the Cambro, guys, we're gonna fire up the pit because it's gonna take us about an hour to get that thing fired up and to the temperature we want, and I'll show you how we do that. All right, guys, we're gonna be filling up our Smokeslinger full size with some B&B charcoal briquettes. This is the competition charcoal oak and hickory. It's not gonna take a lot of them. We're just gonna fill up just about the bottom, pretty much even all the way across. So now we're going to fill up our charcoal chimney. Guys, while we're waiting for our charcoal chimney to get lit, I'm going to show you how we got our pit set up today. All right, guys, as you can see, we've got it set up in direct heat mode. I've got my deflectors spaced about a finger width apart. My fire is going to be built directly under it in this fire basket. I've got a bottom grate in here and I got a top grate. I'm not sure. I think I'm going to start off on the bottom grate. Again, this is only my second cook on this pit, but we're gonna play around and see if we can cook some great competition ribs today. So we got these 2 grates. I've got them where I can slide them if I need to move it off the heat, or I can move it over directly heat. We're probably gonna start off here and see how it does. Again, top or bottom, I'm not sure yet, but we'll get the intake open over here. This one's gonna be closed. Our exhaust, I think I'm gonna open up one here, and then I'm gonna open up these two over here to get started and see how it goes. Guys, that's how you set up the Smokeslinger. It's very versatile. You basically, any way you want to set it up, whether it's offset, reverse flow. You can set your fire basket on top of the heat deflectors here. Put your grates right over the top of the charcoal. You want to do like chicken wings or burgers or whatnot. But that's how we got it set up today. We've got our ribs injected. They're in there soaking in that injection. Once it's been about an hour, we're going to pull those back out and we're going to get them seasoned up. That should give us plenty of time to get our charcoal chimney lit, get our fire basket going, bring our pit up to temp. So I'll see you in about an hour. All right, guys, we have our charcoal in the Smokeslinger and it's coming up to temp. We're going to be running somewhere around 300 degrees. So we're ready to season our ribs. So I injected them. We've let them set for about an hour. Now we're going to season the back side of them. We're going to let that set for about 30 minutes. We're going to flip them over and then we're going to do the front side. Let that set for 30 minutes and then we're going to get them on the pit and get them cooking. So the rubs that I use, Twisted Oliver Barbecue. Guys, this is a great rub, all-purpose rub, lots of salt, pepper, garlic, great flavor. I go down this with my base layer. I use a light layer of it, but what I normally do is I dry all that injection off the back of my ribs. I don't use any other binder. There's plenty of liquid on there. Dry those off, and then I'm just going to do if I get that lid back on there, a light coat on the back. Got a lot of flies out here right now, guys. They're hungry. All right, guys, when I say light coat, that's what it looks like. Our second layer is going to be JDQ Sweet Barbecue. This is an amazing rub. It's got lots of savoriness, lots of sweetness. We're going to do a light to medium coat with this. I can get it to come out. There we go. Now I try to get an even coat all the way around, even on both front and back. Now for the third layer, BPOS. I've used BPOS since day one. I met Ricky at the American Royal before I started doing any of this. I tried his rub. I loved it. I told him what I was going to be doing. He said, man, let me give you some rub. So he gave me some rub. He supported me from day one. I love this rub. I love Ricky and BPOS. But guys, this is what got me to the top. Now I'm going to do a light to medium coat, the same as I did with the JDQ. Again, I try to get it even all the way across the back, side to side. Let's get this one. All right, guys, let me show you what it looks like. I've got them all seasoned up. So all this is going to sweat in. We're going to leave it set like that for about 30 minutes, and then we're going to flip it over and do the front side. Our pit's running 300 degrees, so we're going to shut down the intake to about 1/3. I'm going to open this one up about 1/4, and I'm going to open these two vents over here about 1/2. So in 30 minutes, I'll know about where my pit is, what it's going to run. I don't want to get it overly hot, but anywhere in that 300 range, whether it's 275 or 325, I'm comfortable with that. We'll get them on the pit and get these ribs cooking. All right, guys, it's been about 30 minutes. We're going to get the tops of these seasons and let them set for 30 minutes. We're going to do them exactly the same way we did the bottom side. I'm going to pat the top dry. I don't want all that liquid because I want my rub to set on there, and it makes it harder if there's a lot of moisture. So again, we're going back with Twisted Oliver Barbecue. Guys, Twisted Oliver Barbecue. Remember that name. He's the guy that beat me, got first place in the points championship. So yeah, I use his rub. We're going to go with a light coat across the top, both ribs. We're going to go back with a light to medium coat with JDQ. Great rub too, guys. JDQ Sweet Rub. He's got a spicy, he's got some sweet garlic. He's got some great rubs. Man, I love this stuff as well. Just a good light medium coat, even across the top, both ribs. And then, like I said, all you guys that know who Canned Meats is, that I cooked with, you guys know I'm your BPOS guy. I love this stuff. I promote it for over a year. I'm still promoting it. I still use it. I'm still going to use it. I use it at home. But it's a great rub. It gives a great flavor. Guys, BPOS, Lubbock, Texas. Check them out. Get you some of this. Light to medium coat. And it gives such a great color. So guys, once we get this rub on here, we're going to let this set for about 30 minutes. It's going to sweat in. Guys, our pit is rolling about 300 right now. We're going to make sure that stays dialed in right about there. Doesn't have to do anything. I've got the doors open. Looks like it's just a tick above 300, so I am going to shut it down just a hair more. Again, I don't want it much over 300, but if it does go up or down a little bit, I'm not concerned with it. So 30 more minutes, guys. We'll get these on the pit and we'll get them cooking. Guys, this is what the top of them ribs look like after we got them seasoned. That's what they should look like. Our pit is running steady at 300 degrees over here above the fire. Again, we've got it set up in direct heat mode. We're going to cook on the bottom rack right here. We're going to slide that over. We're going to get our ribs on. They've sweated in. This is what they look like. So I'm going to put mine on a rack and put them on there. That way I don't have to, when I'm ready to pick them up and stuff, it's just less work. But I'll show you how we do that. I've got them on this wire rack, so when I need to turn them or move them, I can pick them up without having to touch the top of it and mess up the top. We're going to lay them in the center of the rack. We're going to lay them long ways like this. Again, we've got them right in the center, right above the direct fire. Guys, we're going to get the lid closed. We're rolling about 300. Hey guys, I got caught up in making this video and I forgot to tell you, I used 2 small chunks of cherry and 2 small chunks of pecan wood. We're just going to throw these in the middle of our pit. We're going to let them get caught up. All right, guys, so when we cooked on a drum, we used to rotate our ribs about every 30 minutes. For you guys that cook on a drum, we just spin that rack about a half a turn every 30 minutes. On this Smokeslinger, there's no rack to turn, but we're going to take a look at them and see what we need to do. All right, guys, our ribs are looking good. I think I'm going to turn them sideways now. Color's starting to look really good. We've been on here about 45 minutes. We're going to give it about another 15, but that color's getting really dark. As you've seen, those ribs are looking really good. They're getting a real dark color. That's how I like my ribs. Guys, I don't know what's best. That's just how I cook mine. I did pretty well at it. So I'm going to keep rolling with it. Again, they've been on here about 45 minutes. We're going to give it about another 15 or 20, and I may pull them off and wrap them. I tempt them. They're running about 150 and 160, so we're right about where we want to pull them anyway. I think instead of them being on a drum for 2 hours, I'm cooking them on the Smokeslinger. In an hour, I'm ready to wrap them. So we've been running just a hair under 300, but this pit is awesome. So talk about hot and fast, the Smokeslinger can do it. We'll see in about 15, maybe we'll wrap them. I just tempt those ribs. They are running about 175 to 180. They're definitely ready to pull. They got a great dark color that I like. So we're going to put it in our wrap and get them back on the pit. All right, guys, my injection recipe is 3/4 a cup of this, 3 cups of my injection that I made earlier, a 1/4 cup of the honey chipotle rub. I use Blues Hog, Smoky Mountain, and Raging Raspberry. I use it 2 to 1, 2 cups to 1 cup. Spectre's and Choice barbecue sauce. I do put that in a pan and filter it out before I bring it to the comp. And I do 1 big tablespoon of bacon base. Guys, that's my wrap. It's working for me. Our ribs are ready to wrap, so we're going to get them wrapped, and I'll show you how we do that. I use about 1 cup of the liquid for my wrap, so I put a little bit on the bottom of the foil right here. I'm going to lay my ribs meat side down. I wrap it up on the top here, and I just kind of fold it over because later on I'm going to open that back up and check them. Makes it easy that way. I fold the ends in, then I take this in, I hold it up like this, I pour all my injection down in there. And then I wrap that in as well. And that one's ready to go back on the pit, meat side down. Guys, look at that beautiful color. Again, I'm going to use about a cup of injection. I'm going to pour a little bit on the bottom. I'm going to put it meat side down. And then I'm going to wrap this baby up tight. Hose off this end. Pour that remaining liquid down in here. And back on the pit. So guys, we haven't touched the intake. We haven't added any wood, any charcoal. It is just running steady at 300 degrees. That's where I want it. So guys, we're going to check this thing in about 30 minutes because they were already at 180 degrees. I don't want to overcook them and turn them to mush like I talked about earlier. I just want to get that real tender bite through, but I want some texture to it. So we'll see you guys in just about 30 minutes. It's been about 30 minutes and I just temped these ribs, opened up to look at them. They're running 210 degrees. 211 is where I pull them. We were going to flip them over and put them meat side up. I think I'm going to go ahead and do that, but let me show you what we do. Like I said, guys, I temp these at 210. 211 is where I like to pull them. Guys, that pull back on that bone is looking good. Let's flip that over. I'm going to have to touch up my rub there because I just knocked it off. Ooh, yeah. So we're going to let that dry out just a little bit on that side. Guys, I'm going to give it about 15 minutes and then we're going to pull them off and get them in the Cambro. All right, guys, it's the moment of truth. We've had them in the Cambro for about an hour. We're going to pull them out. I'm going to put them back on the pit for just about 10 minutes to kind of dry them up a little bit. Then we're going to cut them and sauce them. Let's take a look at these things. Got good pullback on that one. Same on this one. We're going to get these ribs right here. I'm going to get them on the smoker. I'm going to put it in there for about 10 minutes just to kind of tack up that top. And then we're going to pull them off, slice them, sauce them, and eat them. So guys, my barbecue sauce has been sitting out in the hot sun while this cooks. So it's already pretty warm and thin. But we're going to go ahead and pour it because I'm going to dunk my ribs today. So we're going to fill our little pan here up about half full. And then we're going to get it on the smoker and let it warm up a little bit. It's been 10 minutes. We're going to get these off the pit. We're going to cut them, sauce them, and get them back on to set the sauce. And then we're going to eat them. Let's check them out. All right, let's take a look at these ribs. All right, guys, let's get these things cut up. You can see that color looks good. We got plenty of pullback. I'm gonna put a little sauce on the board here. I'm gonna lay that rib down. I always cut mine from the back because I can't do it from the front. Let's get rid of this one. Let's see how we did, guys. As you can see, there's plenty of juice in that. All right, guys, let's do the bite test here. They're super tender. So let's get these things sauced. Guys, pretty good bite. That one's not too bad. That one I got earlier on the end was a little overcooked. It's a good rib. I'm digging it. Let's get these things sauced. All right, guys, we're going to get these back on the pit for about 10 minutes, and then we'll get them. Hey, our ribs are just about tacked up, but I wanted to tell you our sauce again in case you missed it in the beginning. So it's 2 parts Blues Hog Smoky Mountain, so 2 cups of it, 1 cup of Inspector's Choice Raging Raspberry. Guys, I put that on the stove in a pan. I get it warm. I strain it through a strainer to get all those little pepper seeds and stuff out. Kind of make it clean, but that's what I use for a sauce. Now, on my finishing dust, I use a half a tablespoon of JDQ, a half a tablespoon of BPOS. I use a 1/4 tablespoon of Heath Riles Honey Chipotle, and I use a 1/4 tablespoon of the Big Papa's Pork Prod pork injection, pork product. Sorry, I distracted, man. It's been a long day. I'm losing my voice. I put that in a coffee grinder. I grind it up. It makes a great taste. Now, you don't always have to use a finishing dust. If your ribs are perfect when you pull them off here, then go with it. But if you think you need a little more spice, a little more heat, whatever, guys, have you a thumb grinder like that full of whatever finishing dust you want to use. But let's get them off there. Let's put the finishing dust on them. And then my other secret is I have a spray bottle with 50-50 simple syrup and water. Sometimes I use the peach if I want something a little different. So I can't ever tell the difference, but it makes a beautiful shine on my ribs before I turn them in. It adds a little bit more sweetness, whether it's just the sugar or if you add the peach, it gives it just a hint of peach flavor. But that's a little something you might want to try. But let's pull them off there, take a look at them. All right, guys, these are looking good. I'm going to hit them with some finishing dust. I got the fan blowing over there, so let me cover it up here. Let me give you a little close up of this, guys. So guys, there's our ribs. They're finished, they're ready to turn in. They have a little bit of finishing dust on them. Now I'm gonna go back over it with, again, my final spray of that simple syrup. Kind of helps hide that finishing dust. Some of y'all like that look, I don't. Puts a better shine on there. Those are ready to turn in. All right, guys, we're done with our cook. The ribs are done. They taste great, they look great. I just want to go over my recipe again. So my injection, Heath Riles, pork injection, Big Papa's pork prod, a 1/4 cup of Twisted Oliver barbecue. My seasoning, BPOS, a medium to light rub, JDQ, medium to light rub, Twisted Oliver barbecue, a light coating. Our butter bath, Heath Riles butter bath, 1/4 cup of honey chipotle, 1 tablespoon of bacon base, 1/4 cup of Inspector's Choice Raging Raspberry. For my finishing powder is 1/2 tablespoon of BPOS, 1/2 tablespoon of JDQ sweet barbecue rub, a 1/4 tablespoon of Heath Riles honey chipotle rub, and a 1/4 tablespoon of Big Papa's pork prod. And then my finishing spray, kind of optional, but guys, I use it. It's either the peach or just the plain simple syrup. 50-50 water in the syrup. Spray that on at the end. You get a great glossy shine. Guys, I hope you enjoyed my video. The Smokeslinger ran absolutely flawless. It's still hanging right at 300 degrees. We haven't had to touch it, either the intake or the exhaust. We haven't had to add anything to it. We simply set it this morning and haven't had to touch it. It's got some great smoke flavor. It's a very versatile pit. We were able to set the sauce really quick. My only takeaway with it that I was surprised by is how quick you can cook your ribs. Normally we have them on our drum for 2 hours turning them. They were on here probably just a hair over an hour, and I had to wrap them. And then in 30 minutes they were done in the wrap. So an hour and a half cook time. We let them rest for an hour in the Cambro, cut them, season them. Man, they turned out really good. I hope everybody liked this video. If you did, smash that subscribe button down below. Again, I can't say enough about it. It's 2 cooks on it now, and I'm super impressed with it. Go check out smokeslinger.com. Go check out Smokeslinger Pits Owners Group. There's a ton of information out there, a lot of cooks about the Smokeslinger. But if you guys got any questions, hit me up. I'll direct you to the right person. But with that, guys, thank you so much for watching today. I'll see you later.